Good morning, seniors, and welcome back. Last week, we were working through filing a 1040 with the IRS for our client, William Pay. So I just wanted to hop on here, make a video, and show you guys how we fill out the last bit of it and also how to write a check. Since a lot of you expressed to me that you had never filled out a check before. So I thought this was kind of necessary. So here's our 1040. We worked through the first page in its entirety. The back page looks like this, and we figured out that he is not receiving a refund. However, he is going to be owing the IRS $288.16. So we left off figuring out this amount, and the way we did it is we subtracted line 33 from 24, just like the directions on the 1040 form say. So to continue, third-party designee, he does not have a third-party designee, aka he doesn't want a third person or someone else discussing the return with the IRS. If he did, he would fill out this next section. And lastly, we're finally at the sign here portion. Um, Sign here. So if we were meeting with our client, William, once we prepare the taxes, fill out this form, then either here or here we would tell our client whether or not they're getting a tax return and how much, or whether or not they owe and how much. So in this instance, we would tell William, unfortunately, you do owe $288.16 to the IRS. As far as state taxes, we don't know, so we'll just pretend he's breaking even there. So here you would get the signature of your client. So for us, we're going to sign on the behalf of William, just pretending that he's in our presence here with us. So he would have to sign right here under your signature. This is where clients sign. This is where you guys sign if you go to a tax preparer. This is where you would sign digitally if you're filing online with Free File. But let's go ahead and you're going to sign William A. Pay here in cursive as his signature. We would also need today's date. Today is Monday, April 12th. So we'll just write 4/12/21. If you finish this on uh, Thursday, you could have the date from Thursday. I think it was 4/8. That's totally fine. And then we'd also need our client's occupation. So remember, he's a teacher. And then if the IRS sent them a protection pin, you would enter this here. Then if William had a spouse, his spouse would sign date and the occupation. If they had a pin, that would work as well. Now for us, we are the tax preparer. So we also have a little bit to enter in too, or your tax preparer, if you go to like H&R Block or something like that, has a section to fill out too. Because remember, we're doing this on the behalf of a client. We're doing this and sending this off to the federal government. So we do have to fill out the paid preparer section since this activity was us being a preparer for William. So we do have to put our name. So here you're going to put your name. So for me, I'm going to put Jessica Passmore, but you guys would write your own name. My signature. So you guys have to sign this too. Today's date. I don't have a PTIN, well, because I'm actually not even sure like what that means because I'm not a tax preparer, but we don't have one. You could be a self-employed tax preparer. There are people who do this off to the side. I had a friend when I used to work at Kohl's, and her mom was a certified tax preparer, but she went into business for herself and was an independent consultant. So if it was that situation, then you would click self-employed. And then you need to enter in things pertaining to the firm that you work for. So let's just pretend we work for H&R Block. H&R Block. And then you would write some address. So I'm just going to make something up. 1, 2, 3, 4 Bear Way, since we're Golden Bears. Temecula, California. 92591. And then the phone number of the firm, and EIN. I'm just going to make something up. 951-987-6543. Whatever. But your tax preparer does have to enter that type of information as well. So voila, we have officially filled in a 1040. Now, before your client leaves, you're going to have to ask them to pay the IRS for $288.16. That's how much they owe. This amount right here, how much they owe. So let's go ahead and write a check for $288.16. Now, if you were in person, you have paper like this, you'll be able to write it. If you were digital on Thursday, you will have a blank check that you're able to like type in things. So here's a bunch of blank checks. If you're in person, it looked like this. If you're online, you just have a single check. And I gave you guys multiples just so you can practice if you wanted to. So to fill out a check, we have this information that says pay to the order of. So usually there's like your personal information up at the top, like your name, your address, all of that stuff up here. But this is obviously a faux check. So this is who you fill it out, who the check is being made out to. Now, since William owes $288.16 to the IRS, we're going to make it out to the IRS, Internal Revenue Service. And the amount that it's for goes right here, $288.16. We'll go ahead and put today's date too, Monday, April 12th. Now, in this line, this second line here, this is where you write out in words $288.16. This is where you write that out, and it's typically written in cursive. So I'm going to go ahead and write that. $288.16 is typically like how we would write out 16 cents. We would make it out of 100 pennies, but $288.16. Or if you'd rather, you can literally write out and 16 cents. There's always a line that has a memo, which is just kind of like for the person writing the check, like what's the purpose of this? So I'm going to write 2020 taxes, and I might even write like owed. And then lastly, the most important part is you would have to have a signature of the person writing the check saying that they're, writing this money off to the IRS. So remember, this is not your signature, this is William's. So I made it out to William A. Pay. Again, this would be like a routing number and an account number for William's account. Usually there's William's info. It would have like his like mailing address. And you would pull this out of your checkbook and give it to your tax preparer so that they could send the IRS the money on your behalf, or you could literally mail it yourself. They'll give you a document and envelope to mail to the IRS. So now that we have all of this filled out, let's double check and make sure that we have everything filled out from the important directions sheet. So as I look back here, We need to fill in N, O, P, Q, R, S, and T. We did finish our tax return. So task N said, what number did you write on 1040, line 16? That was the first line on the back page. And the first line on the back page, you can see, is 10,151. Task O says, what number did you write on lines 18, 22, and 24? Same number, 10,151. And you guys can look directly on your copy and determine that as well. Task P says, what number did we write on the 1040, line 25A, 25D, and line 33? And that was the $9,862.84. Task Q, did our client underpay or overpay? Unfortunately, our client underpaid in their taxes. If he overpaid, how much is his refund? This is not applicable because our client did not receive a refund. Rather, they ended up owing money to the IRS. Task S, if he underpaid, how much does he owe? Unfortunately, our client owes $288.16, and that's how much we just made our check out. And then if we had our client sign the 1040, check off that box right here. So you should be squared away. Please make sure you turn in your assignment, your tax return activity today with the 1040 completed, with the important directions completed, with a check written out. If you were in person, take a picture and upload the documents to the in-person assignment. If you were online, just make sure everything is filled out digitally. And be on the lookout for a reflection as well. Happy Monday. See you guys in class on Tuesday and online.